Mr. Brown, are you ready on your case? That is Wilson and Brown property versus Katie Evans.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. We're on the record in docket 2203877. That's Wilson and Brown property versus Katie Evans.
Cody.
The parties please introduce themselves for the record.
Yes, Attorney Chris Brown representing plaintiff.
Ma'am, you are, oh, sir, I'm sorry. You are Cody Evans?
That's correct.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a motion on the case. Looks like it was initially defaulted, and then I granted at least a hearing on this motion to set aside the judgment. So this is your motion, Mr. Evans. I haven't indicate here that I was unable to reconnect the proper time for the hearing. I did log in at 8:30, which I thought was my time, but I was told it was 10:30. Be able to have a proper hearing as trial household founder. All right, so Mr. Evans, at this point in time, you were not here pre-trial. Have you had the opportunity to speak with a legal representative in this matter, Mr. Brown?
With Mr. Brown or for myself?
Well, it's your motion, and you're indicating that you had technological issues as to why you were not here at that time.
Yep, that's correct.
So I set it aside. So what I'm wondering now is if Mr. Brown is amenable, would you be willing to speak with Mr. Brown concerning this case?
Me and him did step into a breakout room, and he said to go ahead and ask you any of my requests.
Go ahead and say it again.
I said, me and Mr. Brown did just step into a breakout room, and then he just said to ask you my requests.
All right. So for technological issues, so I understand the nature of your motion, Mr. Evans. Mr. Brown, do you have a response?
I do, Your Honor. It seems like he was, when he was able to log in, was he there at the court in person or was he on Zoom?
I think it was a pre-trial was on Zoom and he logged in, and then he says he was told it was at 10:30, which resulted in a default. I called the case at I called it at, it was 10:50, it was scheduled for 10:15, and I called it at 10:56, it looks like. But I tend to be I tend to be a little lenient because I understand that the Zoom hearings, people have trouble getting in at times on Zoom. I have it scheduled for 10, it was 10:30, not 8:30. So there appears to be a problem in that regard.
Yeah, that was because
I guess my only question would be, did Mr. Evans try to even call the court or do anything in any way, shape, or form? Because obviously he has a telephone, and let the court know that he was having trouble logging in at any.
I don't have any record.
Later that day, the next day, any time. Because I guess my position would be, step one would be, was there good cause not to attend the hearing? And then if that hurdle is actually jumped, then the second would be, does he have a meritorious defense? This type of case, Your Honor, is simply a possession only after the lease is expired. The items addressed in his motion could be possible defenses if there was a money claim. There is not a money claim on this. The only defense to a termination case after the lease is expired would be, hey, the lease is not expired, I have a lease, or
right,
I have a lease extension. That is the only defense to this type of case. There is no other type of defense to a termination case when that termination is based upon a lease expiring. As the law does not require, obviously, the law does not require the tenant to sign a lease agreement. And therefore, it also does not require the landlord to sign a lease agreement extending the lease. There is no such law. So there is no meritorious defense, even if a good cause is established, which I would argue good cause is not established, because obviously, if you have trouble logging in, you take it to another step. You call the court. You come in person. You call the court the next day. You call the court 2 days later, at any point in time, which obviously was not done in this matter. So I'd ask that the default judgment stand. In my communications with Mr. Evans, he did indicate that he was moving out and that he just simply wanted some additional time. I would indicate to the court that his first notice to quit was sent to him in July 29th. So this is not a surprise, asking him to move by the end of August. Then the plaintiff waited another 2 months trying to get him to move out and didn't even file the case till November. Now here we are at the end of February, Your Honor. So there is no surprise on this termination case when it started on July the 29th. Thank you.
Mr. Evans, your response?
Yep. The initial thing was me and him did have an agreement to have him pay me to move out, which was something that we were going to do. And the
So you've got that in writing?
I do have that in text.
All right. That's not. So when was your lease up, Mr. Evans?
We had switched back to month because I had a 2-year lease and then it went back to month to month, I believe in August.
All right.
Your Honor, there's a lease agreement in the file. The lease expired on July 31st, 2020. So 2.5 years ago is when the lease expired.
Mr. Evans, did you make any phone call or did you contact anybody in the court after you failed to appear? I'm just curious.
No, that's when I was having the phone issues with that, because my phone, I ended up having to get a new one. I have a brand new 14 now because my old one had fallen and I have that cracked one. I mean, I can show you guys if you guys want to see that one. It's all destroyed. And so I had an issue. I had to go into Verizon, go get a new phone. And that's when I contacted legal aid. That's when you were asking if I had regard to talk to a lawyer. I didn't get to have one because of my income, so they weren't able to help me, but they did advise me some things, and they told me that to file a motion because that there was going to be a default placed in regardless, so that I had kind of talked to them and was kind of listening to what they were going through, and then filed that motion, just kind of try to get back with them, know what I mean? Because they take 24 hours to get with you on top of that to even file, to even hear anything from them, to know what was kind of going on from that point.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Brown, on Mr. Evans' motion to set aside the default?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Evans, I'm going to deny your motion based on the evidence that I've heard and your motion. I'm going to deny the motion to set aside default.
Can I explain to you why that the whole thing to pay to move out was not accepted?
It doesn't matter. I'm denying your motion to set aside the default at this time. I don't find because of your lack of contact to the court, which, I mean, you're not only late on that day, but after February 1st, we never heard from you until you filed the motion on February 10th. You never contacted the court to indicate why your presence wasn't here, why you failed to appear on that date. And then Mr. Brown makes a good point on the second indication, is that this is a lease that has run out for months, and you're indicating now that the place was somehow not inhabitable. I'm going to deny the motion to set aside the default, so the default continues to be granted. Mr. Evans, you're going to have, so Mr. Brown, you're going to follow, have you followed that up with the paperwork already? I think you have.
I have not.
No, you have not.
I have not filed the writ yet, and obviously I'll be filing the writ today. However, I will not be, I will give Mr. Evans through the weekend to actually move out, because obviously I want him to keep all of his stuff. I don't want to do an actual eviction. I don't want to incur the costs, and I'd like him to leave on good terms. And I will give him all the way through the weekend to actually move out as well.
Okay.
But I would like to have that writ signed so that I'm not filing it next Monday, which is a week from today. I'll have it in my hand next Monday so that we can actually do the eviction if need be on Monday without the need to come back to the court. Thank you.
All right. So the court will sign the order once you follow up. Mr. Evans, you've been given a grace period indicating Mr. Brown. So you have, it's hard to argue. I haven't had notice of this since this was filed so long ago, but I think Mr. Brown's giving you through the weekend to get your stuff out and then find new lodging. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else for the record in docket 2203-877? Mr. Brown, I'll await your order and I'll sign your writ. Mr. Evans, your motion set aside the default has been denied. Anything else on this record, Mr. Brown?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Evans, do you understand what we've done today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's all for the record in 2203-877. Thank you, everybody, for your appearance. So, Mr. Varchetti, you're here on LVNB funding versus Larry Tobias.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you are Larry Tobias,
Yes.
correct? All right, let's have you come up here and have a seat. I'll call that case next. 052. So we're on the record in docket 22-02052. That's LVNB Funding LLC versus Larry Tobias. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Paul Varchetti appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, LVNB Funding. My P number is P49403.
Thank you. And sir, you are Larry Tobias?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in this matter. Mr. Varchetti, how are we proceeding today? That I have this set for pretrial conference. Have you had any opportunity to speak with Mr. Tobias on this case?
I haven't had a chance to speak with him, but in reviewing his answer, he's not disputing the debt. He simply would like to institute a $50 per month payment plan, which is fine with my office. So I guess what I would suggest to the court, we enter into a consent judgment with $50 a month payments if that's acceptable to the defendant. That's what his answer states.
Yeah, I indicate there's an indication here that on December 23rd, 2022, you wrote a letter indicating that that $50 per month would pay off this collections issue. Is that fair? All right. Yeah, I think if we're able to set up that plan with a conditional dismissal or a consent judgment, that would seem to alleviate the purposes for this litigation. How did you want to proceed, Mr. Varchetti? Mr. Tobias is here in person. I don't know if you wanted to call him or somehow to get him to review the paperwork. Would that be a consent judgment, or that would be a consent judgment, I would imagine?
Yes, if with the court's indulgence, if I could read into the record the amounts, and if Mr. Tobias would be willing, we'd be more than happy. I could sign with consent. It would be exactly the consent judgment as I would read into the record, if that's something, just to save time.
All right, Mr. Tobias, would that work for you? All right, so what the attorney is proposing is to read in the amounts owed and the date that you would pay.
Okay,
And then and you'd give him permission to sign it. He'd follow it to the court to sign, and it's all based on your letter indicating that you'd pay $50 a month.
so I'll just send them, they'll bill me or something and
Right.
I'll send them the payment for $50 a month.
You'd have a place for him to send the $50 a month payment, Mr. Varchetti?
Yes, Your Honor. He could either send it to our office or he could log on to our website and pay online if that's more convenient for him.
All right, so
You'll
you
get me the paperwork with the numbers and
yeah,
stuff on it?
you could send it to his office and we'll give you that address right now,
Okay,
or you could pay it online. It's your preference, all right?
oh, okay,
But let's put the numbers. So this would be the plaintiff and defendant would do a consent judgment.
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe my office actually filed one with the court. There may be a proposed judgment in the file, if that would help. If not, I can read how much in.
If we have it, it hasn't caught up with the file yet.
Sometimes that happens. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
read into the record. The amount of the initial damages, $998.82.
okay, $998.82.
Filing fee of $55.
Okay, and that's the filing fee of $55.
Motion fee of $40.
Okay,
Service fee of $31.45. For a total of cost of $126.45.
so
There's a
120
I'm sorry, $126.45.
all right,
There's the $75 statutory attorney fee for a total judgment of $1,200.27. And as I've stated, we'll accept payments at $50 a month.
and just so it's clear, so do you have a date per month that you'd like to make that, when in the month?
probably be the end of the month because I don't get my social security check until usually the 21st or
So
22nd.
what date would you like to make the first monthly, Mr. Varchetti? I would probably think that if we only have 2 days left in February, so first date being maybe March 1st. I mean, April 1st.
Whatever's more convenient for the defendant, it's fine with me. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
all right. I think April 1st would be a good, that gives you a
that'll
full
work,
month.
yeah.
And
right.
so, all right, so first payment to be made by April 1st, 2023, and that is on the $1,227 debt, which is the $1,000 plus the filing fees. And Your
Honor, just to correct the record, it's $1,227.
$1,227.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and Mr. Tobias, you're giving the attorney consent to sign your name so that the $50 starts April 1st on the $1,200.27 debt. Okay, so he's indicated yes for the record that you can sign your name on his behalf to get to the court. I want to make sure he knows where to send it. So would that be the Mount Clemens address?
Yes, P.O. Box 2305. Yes.
All right. So let me make sure so that you have where to send it. And we'll put this, I'll give you the note, the address I have. So it's P.O. Box 2305. Mount Clemens, Michigan. And that is 48046. All right, so if you give them that. So we'll make sure that we've got the address for payment to be sent. I wrote it down for you.
Well, thank you.
Just so you have it, so we don't have any confusion. And I will sign that document when you provide it, Mr. Varchetti. I don't have the former one in the file, but
Okay,
if you
we'll
provide a
send
new
it.
one to that same email address, I'll sign it for you, okay?
It'll go out today. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Anything else for the record? Docket 22-02052, Mr. Varchetti.
Nothing here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Tobias, do you understand what we've done today?
Yeah.
So as long as you make the payment by, I kept on saying March 1st.
Yeah.
It's April 1st.
Yeah, I got that.
April 1st, we're all set, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. We're all set, Mr. Varchetti. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. Mr. Burnett, you're here for LAFQ?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's go ahead and call that case. That is docket 96-02694GC. And it's LAFQ versus Russell Steel. I'm going to go ahead and open up the waiting room and let everybody in, but there's nobody by the name of Russell Steel in the waiting room. Is there anybody in the physical courtroom by the name of Russell Steel? All right. So will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mr. Burnett?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. My name is Joe Burnett. I'm filling in for Tim Smith on behalf of LAFQ.
All right. This was originally set for 8:30. It is now 8:58, depending on what clock you look at. This was set as a defendant failed to appear for personal service. There's a motion to show cause. We set it for show cause. It appears that Mr. Steele has not shown up today with the show cause. So Mr. Burnett, how would you like to proceed today?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We would like to request of the court that a bench warrant be issued for Mr. Steele with a cash bond. The judgment amount is today, the outstanding balance is $13,194. Obviously, I would leave it up to the discretion of the court for a cash bond amount.
All right, so you have a 13,000, what's the debt?
13,194.
All right, I'll set bond at 10%. So the 10% of that would be 1,300 and some odd dollars. I'll set cash bond at a 10% bond in that regard, and then we'll wait to see if Mr. Steele can join us on any of these. That the original was set for I think for pretrial, or this one right to show cause. So the bench warrant bond forfeiture is issued on the civil matter, and the cash bond is set at 13,010%. Anything else for the record, Ms. Burnett?
That is all, Your Honor. I believe I have one more case with you, Mr. LAFQ versus Mr. William Darden. Is that
all right? So I'm going to go ahead. So we'll close that out on 96-02694. And then we'll go ahead and call Mr. Darden's case, which is 320. So we're on the record in docket 16. No, that's not right. I have plenty of files, Mr. Burnett, so I'm just going through them.
Yes.
All right, so we're on 1601468. People of the state of Michigan. LAFQ versus William Darden. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Yes, my name is Joe Burnett. I'm filling in for Tim Smith on behalf of LAFQ.
All right, this is the time set, was set for 8:30. It is now 9:01. And I do not see William Darden. I don't see him in the Zoom courtroom. I don't see him in the physical courtroom. This was set for pretrial. There was a previous pretrial. The defendant failed to appear. There was personal service in the file. So we show caused him in order to appear today. And he appears once again that the defense failed to appear. Mr. Burnett, how would you like to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. We'd like to request that a bench warrant be issued for Mr. Darden with a cash bond. The outstanding balance today on the judgment is $8,483. And as the custom of the court, we would request the 10% cash bond would be acceptable to us. If that's acceptable to the court.
All right, I will set $8,483, and the bond amount is set at 10% of that.
Okay.
Anything, so bench warrants issued and 10% of the $8,483 debt. Anything else in regard to 1601468, Mr. Burnett?
That is all I have, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. You're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good one.
You too. I don't have anybody here. Do I have anybody here from Lester Brothers Excavation? Sir, on the cell phone, or person on the cell phone, could you please identify yourself?
Trent Arneson.
Trent Arneson, you're here for your 9:30?
Yeah.
All right. Stand by. I'm calling some other cases right now, but you're in the right place. Is there a representative? You're welcome. Is there a representative from Lester Brothers Excavation or Fady Development?
Is there? I have no idea.
I am, Mr. Arneson, I am calling a case right now. All right. So you may want to mute yourself. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. So we're on the record docket 2200320. That's Lester Brothers Excavation versus Fady Development. This case, the plaintiff appeared, motion failed to appear. There was a set aside, a dismissal, and it was reset for civil pretrial today on 8:30. So it was set for 8:30 today. It is now 9:05. Is there a representative from Lester Brothers Excavation or Fady Development? All right, with neither party showing at the 8:30 and defendant failed to appear, the case is dismissed. So that's all the record in docket 2200320. Neither party appeared. Unmute myself there. So we're on the record, docket 22-00889. People of the city of Lansing versus Marquise to Sean Glenn. I thought I saw Mr. Glenn in the. Is he? They just want to break out. Oh, did they? All right. Okay, let's put that one. So I would think so. The attorney, Ms. Sutter's with Mr. Glenn. All right, perfect. All right.
This will go get the shot. Okay, yeah. Well, you need to talk to them about. Did you just try to find out that we didn't get the jail time? Yeah, you didn't get any money. You worried. You just make sure it's safe. Good, man.
All right, we're on the record in docket 22-02627. That's City of Lansing versus Trent Arneson. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Arneson.
And sir, you are Trent Arneson?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you can hear me all right, Mr. Arneson?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I would like to ask for an adjournment for 30 days.
And this is a request by both parties?
Yes,
It is.
What's the reason for the adjournment?
The public defender is trying to obtain documents in relation to
It's
the
just
case.
ongoing. There's ongoing negotiations.
Okay,
Okay,
ongoing negotiations, I'm assuming some discovery. And we'll set this for second pretrial.
March 27th at 9.
March 27th at 9 a.m. Mr. Arneson, we've set this for second pretrial on March 27th at 9 a.m. Please keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson, in regards to any discussion or questions you might have in the file. All right, sir?
March 27th
At 9 a.m.
at 9 a.m.
All right. Anything else for the record, Ms. Williams in docket 22-02627?
no, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, you're all set. We'll see you on March 27th at 9 a.m. All right, sir?
All right, sir. See ya.
All right. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you for your appearance.
You can let Mr. Martin know that the court hearing is on the 27th of March. They requested a 45-day adjournment.
Jeff Lycum, you can unmute yourself. Mr. Lycum, you can unmute yourself. There you go.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right. I thank you for your appearance today. Your case is set for March 27th, 2023.
Oh,
As opposed to February 27th. It's set for
Oh.
March 27th.
okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So if you haven't received notice, you should get notice, or we might have given you notice already. But we have you set for March 27th, 2023. At what time? Let me get a time to make sure.
Okay, Your Honor.
So March 27th at 9 a.m.
That'll be great. Oh, that's perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. You're
All
free
right.
to leave the Zoom courtroom.
All right. You have a good day.
I'm already signed in.
All right. So, Mr. Hall, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right. I understand you're not represented today, and I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with the Assistant City Attorney, Imani Williams. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I'll have Mr. Hall and Miss Williams placed in a breakout room. Yes. So you can put them in room 2. You can put them wherever you want, but they. Sir, on the Motorola Moto G5G, would you please identify yourself?
Jeffrey Vanderbilt.
All right, Mr. Vandeville. You're here for your 9:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, stand by. You're in the right place. We'll be calling some cases in front of you, and then we'll call your case. All right.
That's fine. The laptop computer application isn't working for some reason either.
All right. All right. You sound like you're working. So the whatever you're on right now is working fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Hall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear it
All
here.
right. All right. Yeah.
We can
For
hear the
whatever
break room
reason,
this time.
were you having
Okay.
trouble? We were having trouble hearing you in the other room. The assistant prosecutor has a number for you. She can call your number, but she may not be able to if you're on your phone, which might be the.
Well, my phone is off, and just so happily I have just got a spare phone, so we can use it. I have another phone.
All right. For whatever reason, he can't hear you in the room, but that phone, the number is not.
I don't want to broadcast his number either.
Right.
Can he see my messages at least?
Can you see any messages that are sent to you?
On here?
Yes.
Oh, chat.
On chat?
I don't see any messages.
I sent you a message in the breakout room.
Right, but if he's not in the breakout room right
Yeah,
now,
but he's not in the breakout room right now.
yeah, you could go.
Like that type of message. Hello.
Yeah. No, I don't
Can we see his message?
It just flashed out. So, Miss Amani.
Yeah, let Mr. Anderson, if you, what's his name? We just put him back in the room.
Okay.
Put him again in the room. If you can talk to him.
Trying to see if he at least can see my messages.
We get his messages.
Okay, he can see my messages.
Okay, so you guys can figure out on
Yep.
how to call and work that out. Perfect.
Come on. Okay. Let me see that one.
So we're on the record in docket 22-00889, City of Lansing versus Marquise Glenn. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Glenn, who joins us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Marquise Glenn.
Yes, sir.
And you can hear me all right, Mr. Glenn?
Yes, I can.
All right. I don't know if we had a miscommunication last time, but your final pretrial probably should be in person. Do you understand that, sir?
Oh, I didn't understand that. Nah.
All right. Just so you know, check with the court. This is a no license never applied case. Final pretrial. Miss Amani, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I will be amending the drove unlicensed failure to display license under MCL 257.0.0901. Sorry.
Say it again. 257.
257.901.
01, fail to display license, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that a civil infraction or a misdemeanor?
No, that's a misdemeanor. That's 0 point and $100 fine.
Okay, so it's a 90-day misdemeanor?
Can double check.
I believe that's correct. 90
Okay,
days.
90-day under $100, and it's a 0-point offense.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Sutter, is that your understanding of the plea agreement today for the fail to display license is to amend? It looks like, I think it's a ticket, right?
Yes.
So we'd amend the ticket to read it as a fail to display a license under 257.901 MCL, and that's 90 days and or $100, and it's a 0-point offense.
That's correct, Your Honor. It's Mr. Glenn's intent to accept that.
All right. And may I inquire of your client of their advice and rights on this misdemeanor plea?
Yes.
So, Mr. Glenn, you understand that the maximum penalty for this ticket offense, this misdemeanor offense, is 90 days and or $100. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you plead guilty to that, you'll be giving up some rights, and I'll run through those rights with you. You'll be giving up the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent till proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have the witnesses against you appear at trial, to question those witnesses against you, to have the court order any witnesses, the defendant that you may have for your appearance at trial, to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. Do you understand those misdemeanor rights, sir?
Yes.
You also have you also can be represented by counsel. You, of course, are represented by Lauren Sutter from the Public Defender's Office, and she would be available at trial to cross-examine any witnesses and contest any charges brought against you. Do you understand? You understand that, sir?
Yes.
If you waive your right to trial today, you'll be pleading guilty. And you'll also be waiving the right that any guilty plea was made because of threats or under duress other than the plea agreement on the amended charge. Is it your intent today to waive your right to trial and to plead guilty today, sir?
I mean, yes.
Okay, I'm going to have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring your attention back to March 26th of 2022 at the offense location of Capitol in West Saginaw in the city of Lansing. Were you at the Capitol West Saginaw in the city of Lansing on March 26, 2022?
I was on Capitol and whatever that street is. Yes, I was on that street.
And at that time, were you driving a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And at that time, did you fail to display a license to law enforcement after the stop?
Yes, I did.
All right. Any questions concerning the factual basis on Mr. Glenn Miss Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Anything, Miss Sutter?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Does the city have a preference as to going to immediate sentencing, or would the city like to see a pre-sentence?
No, Your Honor, no need for a pre-sentence.
Miss Sutter?
I would request the immediate sentencing.
All right. So on this 0-point offense, we will go to immediate sentencing. Mr. Glenn?
Yes.
And so it's a 0-point offense. It is a misdemeanor. There's a crime victims' rights fee of $75, a state fee of $25, $50. I'm sorry about that. And then fines and costs will be $50 for
I apologize, combined or separate?
combined, 25 each.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that'll be a grand total of $175. Do you need some time to make that payment to the city of Lansing, sir?
Oh, yes, I should be having, not to put too much out there, but yeah, just to get my next check. And then who would I reach out to?
You'd reach out to the city of Lansing Criminal Division. It sounds like 30 days would work for you.
Yes. Yeah, it works.
All right. So I'm going to set, that'll be a March. So we'll set it for Monday, March 27th.
Yeah.
March 27th.
Yes.
At 4. And
4 p.m.
So you can pay that on the 6th floor to the city of Lansing Criminal Division.
Yeah.
Or you can go online and you can pay it online if you don't want to come in. All right.
With the card?
With a card. Yes.
All right.
All right. And all that should be done by March 27th. All right. If you pay it, then we don't get caught in this bench warrant cycle. Just if you pay it off, it'll all be done.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anything else for the record? Ms. Williams on docket 22-00889.
No, Your Honor.
Anything, Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hold on.
Mr. Glenn, you're all
Wait.
set, okay?
Wait, may I ask one question though?
Sure.
All right, so during the whole time of this span, can I go visit the courthouse and just like make payments, right? You know what I'm saying?
If you want to set up a plan, that's
No,
different,
it's
but
not
I've
just
given
a
you.
plan. I mean, if I just make a couple bucks here and there before I get a check, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then just
Mr.
go-
Klein, yes, you can, and I'm gonna send you an email right now with more information on making payments.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Glenn. You're all set. Thank you.
All right.
So we're on the record in docket 22-03138. That is people of City of Lansing versus Eric Hall. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And sir, you are Eric Hall?
Yes, sir. Can you guys
All
hear me,
right.
right? Okay,
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you on the record. Thank you. This is the time set for a pre-trial on the file, the no ops file. There's also two tickets associated with that file. And then, Mr. Hall, we have you on some show causes. We're going to leave that till afterwards on some other tickets that we'll address afterwards. But right now we're on just 22-03138 and the associated tickets. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, I offer to amend the no ops to failure to display ops and dismiss the improper turn. And it's my understanding that Mr. Hall will be accepting responsibility to speeding and pleading to failure to display ops.
Okay, so let me make sure I got this. So we'll amend the current ticket to, I have licensed drove while licensed, not valid or improper license. You want to amend that to no ops in possession, right?
Failure to display license.
Okay, okay. So that will be amended to fail to display license. And under what code is that?
MCL 257.901.
901. Is that a misdemeanor or civil infraction?
That's a misdemeanor.
So it's a 90-day misdemeanor under $100.
Yes.
Okay. So he'll be pleading guilty to that amended count. And with that amended count, and then he'll pleading responsible to the speeding ticket.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So and what's the fine on the speeding ticket? That's 16 to 20 miles over the speed limit. I just want to make sure I've got I have 16 over at $175. So that's $175.
16 over.
All right. So, Mr. Hall, my understanding is you'll be pleading guilty to a fail to display a license. It's a 90-day misdemeanor under $100, and then admitting responsibility to the speeding ticket concerning this matter. With that, the improper turn is to be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is that your understanding, Mr. Hall?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Hall, you understand that you have certain rights on this misdemeanor file, and I'll indicate that, and then we can go ahead and we can talk about the speeding ticket. In regards to the fail to display, you understand you have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have witnesses appear at your trial. You have the right to question those witnesses. You have the right to counsel in this trial. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses to appear in your defense. You have the right to remain silent during the trial. You have the right not to have that silence used against you, and you have the right to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim that the plea was the result of any promises other than the plea agreement or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. Is it your preference today to waive your right to trial and to plead guilty to this misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna have you raise your right hand, and I'll need to see you when you do it. All right. I'll have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on a penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna bring your attention back to November 4th of 2022 at the offense location of Edgewood Boulevard, American Road, City of Lansing. Were you in the city of Lansing at Edgewood Boulevard, American Road on November 4th, 2022?
Yes.
All right. And at that time, were you driving a motor vehicle, a 2007 Pontiac at that time? I'm sorry, that's the make of the car.
Oh,
so were you driving a Pontiac on that date?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you were pulled over by law enforcement, did you fail to provide them with a valid license?
No, it wasn't a valid license. I think it was my insurance that day. It was my girlfriend's people insurance was messed up. I swear it was the insurance.
I have the ticket. I have originally drove a license not valid or improper license.
Oh, okay, yeah, I had a motorcycle. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you did not have the proper license on the vehicle you were driving.
Yeah, but I didn't know
All
that
right.
until he told me.
All right. I think that's the actual charge, and I can take that for the fail to display a license for the lesser charge. Ms. Williams is.
Yes, Your Honor, that's
all right.
sufficient.
So with that understanding, any questions concerning the fail to display a license, lesser charge, Ms. Williams.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I find the factual basis to be understanding, voluntarily, and accurately made. Do you have a preference as to Mr. Hall's going to pre-sentence or immediate sentencing?
No, Your Honor, we can go into immediate.
All right.
sentencing.
So on that file, we're all set on the no ops. I'm gonna just confirm that we're working from the same ticket. On that same ticket, there's an indication that you were going 16 to 20 miles over the speed limit on that date in question, which is November 4th, 2022. Do you accept responsibility to that ticket on today's date?
Yes, sir.
All right. So admitted responsibility to the ticket. So I have several. So, and I'm going to, in association with the plea agreement, I'll dismiss the improper turn. We'll go to immediate sentencing, which is $75 crime victims' rights, $25 state, and then fines and costs, fines of $25 and costs of $25 for $150 on the ticket.
Y'all write that down for me so I can like have that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you should write that down.
That's what I was doing.
Actually, I misspoke. It's $50 on the state. So that's 125 plus 50 is 175. So your total cost would be 175. This is on the just on the no ops. Yep. So you owe 175 on the no ops.
Okay.
And then you own 175 on the speeding.
Okay.
So that's a grand total of 350. Do you need some time to make that payment? I should give you some time because you've got some other files that we've got to deal with in regards to. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's see. Let's do this. Why don't we do this? You're getting up there, Mr. Hall, in your balances. Why don't we refer them all to collections, okay? And that way you can set up a plan with collections, because you're well over $500 between all 5 of the files. It just makes more sense to refer to collections on all of them.
It's not over 8 though, right?
What's that?
It's not over 8, is it?
You're really close. Let me see.
Whew.
You're 350 plus 181 plus 176 plus 80. You're right under $800. I have you at about 790.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
I can do that. Okay.
All right. Let's do that, and you can set up a plan with them. I think. Yeah, you need to come in though. You need to come into the 6th floor and set up a plan with collections so that it's something that you can pay off. If you don't, we're just going to show cause you again, and then you're just going to get in the cycle of paying the court over and over.
No, I would have had it
do
together
that.
now. No, I ain't no excuses.
Right.
I would have had it together now. That's my fault.
All right, so let's get to the 6th floor and indicate that you have a collections issue that you want to start a plan on. I'm going to refer docket 2203138 to collections. I'm also going to refer ticket 22L2760331. I'm going to refer that to collections. Ticket 22L276033301 is dismissed as part of the plea agreement. And then on your show cause issue, since you appeared today, I'll dismiss the show cause.
So when you said that, did I miss something? Like, what was that? Like, did I?
No, you were show cause for lack of pay, for not paying.
Oh yeah, okay.
You didn't pay, and so they show caused you. And that's why we're setting it up for collections, because you want to avoid this. Now, this is exactly what you want to avoid. So defendant appeared and at show cause, and I'll refer to collections, $80.40. And that way it's all together and you can make payment on that. You can make payment on all this all at the same time.
Okay.
I'm also going to say D appeared and refer to collections 176.40. And Mr. Hall appeared and refer to collections 181.20. So the big deal here is that you need to get to the 6th floor in the next 48 hours, I would say. Get to the 6th floor so you can set up a payment plan on all these, and you're right under $800 in total. All right.
Okay.
All right. Any questions of me, Mr. Hall, on any one of those files?
No, sir. I fully understand.
All right, you're all set, and you're also set. We've taken care of all your 11 o'clocks today, so you're all set on your 11 o'clock show causes. Those were all wrapped up in the refer to collection. So so you should be all set. All right, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
All right, take care, Mr. Hall. Thank you for your appearance today.
True. Thank you.
She's freaking out.
All right, we're on the record in. Oh, he's right here. He just came.
Like they're
Is he
not
the one
even.
who's just gonna- Let's have somebody from the parole board here.
That's the woman's person that we've been trying to get a hold of.
All right, Mr. Vanderbilt, we're ready on your case. We're ready on docket 23-00013, City of Lansing versus Jeffrey Vanderbilt. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Vanderbilt.
Sir, you are Jeffrey Vanderbilt?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can hear me all right, Mr. Vanderbilt?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, my understanding is that Mr. Vanderbilt will be pleading to the no ops charge.
So I'm assuming this is another ticket. Yep, I have a 3-count ticket, 2 civil infractions and a misdemeanor. So he will be pleading to the amended count.
Failed to display a valid license.
They failed to display a valid license. And that's 257. I think that's 901.
It's 901 or 311.
Yeah.
They're both the same.
90 days and or $100.
Correct.
All right. With that, the two civil infractions will be dismissed.
No, there's.
There are no civil infractions.
Okay, so they're both set. So this is just on the misdemeanor. All right, Mr. Vanderbilt, is that your understanding that you're going to be pleading to an amended count 2, which is he failed to display a valid license pursuant to 25790. This is 90 days and or $100. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Robinson, may I inquire of your client of his misdemeanor rights?
You may.
So in this misdemeanor trial, you have the following rights. If you plead guilty, you'll be waiving these rights. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have the witnesses against you appear at trial. You have the right to question those witnesses brought against you. You have the right for the court to order any witnesses in your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right not to have that silence used against you. And you have the right to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted today, you will give up the claim that the plea was a result of any promises other than the plea agreement or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You, of course, were represented by public defender Aaron Robinson. You have the right to counsel in this case. It's my understanding you wish to plead guilty to the fail to display a valid license and waive your trial rights in this matter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right. I'm going to bring your attention back to December 29th of 2022 at the location of South King Boulevard on Britain. Were you on December 29th, 2022 in the city of Lansing on South King Boulevard and Britain?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's all right.
You okay? You're laying on the arm of the chair. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You're all right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm here.
Okay, were you driving in the city of Lansing on that date, sir?
Yes, sir, I was.
All right. And did you fail to display a valid license after you were stopped by law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
All right. I find the plea to be understanding, voluntarily, and accurately made. Ms. Williams, any questions concerning the factual basis?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any objection to immediate sentencing in this matter, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, no objections.
And Ms. Robinson? All right.
No.
All right, Mr. Vanderbilt, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and sentence you to immediate sentencing in this matter.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You're all right. So I have to sentence you $75 for crime victims' rights, $50 for the state fee. There'll be a combined of 25 and 25 fines and costs for $50. So that'll be $175. Do you need some time to pay that, sir?
Yes, sir, I do. I've already been set up on a payment method I have already been set up with payment methods through the city for other traffic tickets.
All right, let me see if we can put this all together. Hold on just 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna refer this to collections, so it'll be added to the collections debt that you already have in relation to that. What I would do though is make sure and come to collections within the next 48 hours, just to indicate you understand that this has been added and to revisit any debt payment plan, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's the easiest way to do it, to put all this outstanding debt together and then to keep you off of bench warrant status, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else for the record, docket 230013, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Vanderbilt, you're all set. Make sure you report to collections on the 6th floor, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, we're on the record in docket 22-03351, City of Lansing versus Howard Eugene Martin. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Martin, who is standing to my right.
And sir, you are Howard Martin? All right, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding
Your
tonight?
Honor would like to request an adjournment for 30 days for compliance purposes.
This is the third pretrial, so this is the last adjournment for compliance purposes. How many days are we at right now on this? All right. So this is your last 30 days because we're at 74 days, all right?
And Your Honor, just to confirm, because I know what he's gonna say, this is the second adjournment we've asked for.
I'm doing everything.
Okay, this is the second pretrial, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's set it for final pretrial. But it sounds like compliance is going well, and we'll set it for final pretrial on
Excuse me, March 27th at
3/27 at 8:30. All right, so all the compliance issues should be set by March 27th. We've set it for final pretrial. Ms. Williams, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Martin, we'll see you on March 27th, all right? Okay. Anderson. Have you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Anderson's lawyer, Ms. Williams?
I have Ms. Sutter as his lawyer.
Right, I have a new, unless we have two. So let's go. Mr. Hanawa, you're here for
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is that Tyron Anderson?
Yes, sir. He's in the courtroom
right.
as well.
All right. Did you want to speak with the assistant city attorney on that case?
Yes, I would if we
Right.
if she has a chance.
Can you agree for Tyrone Anderson?
Yeah, Tyron.
Not your client.
It is my client. I
Yeah.
have not received a substitution of counsel, just to point that out.
Okay, so Mr. Hanawa, have you filed a substitution of counsel with the court? Because we still have him as a public defender representing him.
Okay, yeah, I believe we did file an appearance as well. Because I
All
believe
right.
we received a notice of hearing, if I'm not mistaken. I can double check with my assistant right now.
All right, let me see.
I'm happy to sign a substitution. We just haven't received one.
Yeah.
We did file an appearance in advance as well.
Yeah, I don't have a substitution of counsel or appearance on any of the tickets, but I'm not adverse to. So, Ms. Sutter, did you want to speak with Mr. Hanawa or? Good.
I'm double checking right
Do
now.
you need to?
I don't feel I need to, just if he wants to send my office a substitution, my paralegal would sign it on my behalf.
All right. All right. So, how about, so, Mr. Hanawa, if you send it to the public defender's office, a substitution of counsel, they'll
Yeah.
have it as a record. All right.
Okay.
Ms. Williams, did you want to speak with him?
Sure.
All right. So, Mr. Hanawa, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the assistant city attorney so you can talk about some of these civil infractions. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So I'll have Mr.
And I'll get that substitution sent out to them as well.
All right.
And I'll make sure the appearance is there.
All right. So I'm going to have Mr. Hanawa and Miss Williams placed in a breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. All right, and to the rest of the courtroom, we'll wait for the city attorney to come out of the breakout room, and then we'll start calling cases. Mr. Diniki, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with your public defender, all right? Sir, on the Galaxy A03s, would you please identify yourself? Sir, you were just let in on the Galaxy cell phone. Would you please identify yourself? No audio. All right. That's
I don't think I have a Galaxy. He said, sir. Son of a man.
Sir, you are Roy Frambo.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're here for your 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're in the right place. Just stand by. We're going to call a few cases before you. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Thank you.
I don't wanna give you information that I'm not sure of, but I know when they set up for collection, I mean, they take it from you, whether you like it or not. Right. Really, necessarily mess up your credit, if you don't have the money
Like in here?
to take it, yeah.
Okay.
That's something you can't have, but that's
Okay.
general.
9:30.
Oh.
There's a couple there waiting for 9:30, but I was on here at 9:27. Your grande burrito.
Miss Weigel, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your lawyer, okay? You'll have to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Okay, there I go.
All right, I'm gonna place you in a breakout room with your public defender, Lauren Sutter, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go. You see that little thing in the corner? That one that you just hit?
Yeah.
That was a microphone. Did it go off?
Talking to you earlier.
Right. The cursor is still on there. Did you hit enter?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Sir, Galaxy A03S, you are Roy Fambro?
No, that is not.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Fambro. I got the wrong person there.
Okay.
Would person on the Galaxy A03S, please identify yourself.
Daniel Basinger.
Daniel Basinger. Okay. You're here for your 9:30, Mr. Basinger?
Yes.
All right. Stand by. We've got some cases to call in front of you, but you're in the right place now and we can hear you. All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I actually took that. Oh. I wish I wanted to. I'm so finally, find my sleep schedule. I don't want to go back to that. Yeah, I can't do that. So I guess I think I can do it every time. Unless I can shift off that to take the hits. I got hit twice. Right, whatever. I mean, I got the money anyway. Well, anyways, man, I just want to say what's up with you. That's people. Get tired.
I feel it. I get it. That's all I do right there. Sleep 20 hours a day.
How long you been in OBS?
It's 2 weeks.
When did you get out?
Oh.
Did you talk to the people yet? Yes, nobody yet. The higher up people?
No.
When did you get to OBS? 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago.
How long were you in the hospital for?
10 days.
10?
Mhm.
Did you, while you were, whatever happened, did you see them on the spot or was it when you got out?
They just came and dropped off a ticket when I was in Circle there.
Why
And then I
didn't
went back to that. Why was I there? Because I kept having seizures and then when they put in the IV, they infected my arm.
Were the seizures from the fight or
Mhm.
from just?
Like, that's all I don't know. How long I'm still over there for. I still.
Where is she in segregation?
Yeah.
You know her number?
I know her, just her
What's her
name.
last name?
Rice, Brittany Rice.
R.I.
RICE. Mhm.
Oh, I'll see you. I was here. I am here. Oh. I did get rescheduled, Sergeant Bank, and then they told me I was. Oh, that was the issue.
Conversation. He ought to be ashamed.
One are you?
He's an officer. He's sitting on.
All right. So we're on the record in docket. These are tickets. 22 L2755-343, 22 L27.
Well, I've been in here like 3 months.
That guy. 22 L2755-341 and 22 L2755-342. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Morning,
And
Your
sir,
Honor. Nick
go ahead.
Morning, Your Honor. Nick Canal appearing on behalf of Mr. Tyrone Anderson.
All right. And sir, you are Tyrone Anderson, and you'll have to unmute yourself.
Yes.
All right. This is the time set for a pre-trial on 3 of the civil infractions. I think, Ms. Williams, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, after negotiations with the defense attorney, would like to ask for an adjournment for 30 days if possible.
All right, we've got,
I know we're coming to the end of it.
So this is this is adjourned from before. I'm willing to do one final adjournment in this case. So we'll do an adjournment.
Thank you, Your
For 30 days. Adjournment for 30 days. And what's the number we're at today?
124.
124 today. So we're already well into it.
Yeah, this is November.
124 days. So we'll get a new date 30 days out.
March 27th at 9.
So March 27th. Is it a final pretrial date?
It can be.
Let's do a final pretrial date.
Trial.
What's that?
Final pretrial.
Yeah, let's do a final pretrial date, March 27th at 8:30. Final pretrial on March 27th at 8:30.
That works. Thank you.
Final pretrial at March 27th at 8:30. All right, so Mr. Anderson, keep in contact with your attorney, Mr. Hanawa. We've set it for final pretrial on March 27th at 8:30. Anything else for the record, Ms. Williams?
Your Honor, I'd like to remind Mr. Hanawa and his client that final pretrials in this court are in person.
Yeah, final pretrials are in court unless I hear different from you. But
I'd rather.
okay, so we'll have the final pretrial in person on this case. All right. So March 27th at 8:30 is in person.
Okay, March 27th at 8:30 in person.
At 8:30. Yep.
Okay.
And that'll be live.
And
you're gonna file a substitution, right?
I'll get everything, make sure everything's filed as soon as right away today for sure. And
Okay.
and then we'll get Miss Williams the proof that she's looking for so we can resolve the case and get this off your docket. We thank you for your additional consideration. I know it's been lingering on for a long time.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Hano. I appreciate that. We'll see everybody back on March 27th. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. People don't know how to work their phone. They don't know how to hit leave.
Mr. Anderson, you're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you.
Told you.
So let's go with Mr. Denike. Denike?
Denike.
Or Denike. So on the record in docket 1904538, at City of Lansing versus Nicholas Carl Denike. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Manny Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Denike, who joins us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Nick Denike?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the time, and you can hear me all right, sir?
Absolutely.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city moves to dismiss at this time.
No objection.
And is this is a ticket or a? It's a ticket. All right. City moves to dismiss without prejudice. All right, so Mr. Denike, the city has moved to dismiss this ticket without prejudice. So this case should be, I have another no insurance on it too. So you want that, is that also dismissed?
I only have.
I only saw the.
Yeah, the license.
What's that? It's 19L25279441.
Yeah, this one.
I only have this one as well.
Yeah, that I have the count one of that ticket.
You must.
A civil infraction that's already defaulted.
Like
Because I know there's something, he said there's a ticket he's already been paying.
yeah, he's paid that up. That one is closed. This is the only matter he has left.
Perfect. All right, so that's so so Mr. Denike, the city has moved to dismiss without prejudice, which means for all purposes today, the case is dismissed. All right, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That's all for the record, docket 1904538. And all right, so we're on the record in docket. This is 23-00020. And then accompanying tickets of 20L2769361, 362, and 363. The City of Lansing versus Rita Weigel. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Manny Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Weigel, who joins us via Zoom.
And ma'am, you are Rita Weigel?
Yes,
All right, you
Yes.
can hear me all right, Ms. Weigel?
yes, sir, I can.
All right. This is time set for a pretrial in this matter and accompanying tickets. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, would like to request an adjournment for 45 days for compliance purposes.
This is the first pretrial in the matter,
Yes.
so we can get a date out a little bit. April 3rd at 9 o'clock. Right, so Ms. Weigel, this case has been adjourned to April 3rd at 9 o'clock for compliance purposes. If you have any questions, please keep in contact with your attorney, Lauren Sutter, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Anything else for the record, docket 23-00020, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Ms.
Thank
Sutter?
you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, we'll see you on the 3rd, okay? All right, ma'am?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Can I leave Zoom now?
Yeah, you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
On the record in docket 22-01206, 22-1207, and accompanying ticket 22L2721071. City of Lansing versus David George. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. George, who is standing to my right.
And sir, you are David Anthony George?
Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, would like to request an adjournment for 45 days for compliance purposes.
Right, I have this. All of these are look to be motor vehicle cases. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And that's your understanding, Ms. Sutter?
It is.
And so the request for adjournment is granted and we'll get a new date.
April 39.
That's April. What's that again?
April 3rd at 9.
April 3rd at 9. Didn't sound very confident. All right, in this request at the first initial pretrial, a request for adjournment is granted for April 3rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Anything else for either one of these dockets, 22-01207 or 22-01206? Ms. Williams.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Sutter, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Mr. George, please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter, and we'll see you back here on April 3rd, okay? All right, thank you. One of those might go in one of the other files. Ms. Robinson, you said you're ready to go on one?
Yes, I'm Miss Burden.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably a good one. 1, 8, and 22. All right, Ms. Williams, are you ready on Ms. Burden?
Yes, Your Honor.
They might have to unmute themselves there. Sir, at the MDOC facility, you may have to unmute yourself for Ms. Burden. We still have you on mute from at the MDOC facility. There we go. Thank you. So we're on the record in docket 1801792 and 2200397, City of Lansing versus Kelly Ferdin. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Your Honor, Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Ms. Burden.
And ma'am, you are Kelly Ferdin? Ma'am, you are Kelly Ferdin? I can't hear you, ma'am. There you go.
Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
You are Kelly
Ferdin for the
All right.
record.
All right, and you can hear me all right, Ms. Ferdin?
Yes, I can.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, my understanding is that Ms. Ferdin will be pleading guilty to furnishing false information, and in return, the city will kill Drew to time served and dismiss the driving while license suspended.
All right, so the driving while license suspended, is that the 1801792 file?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right, so that's dismissed for plea agreement. All right, and then in this one, the defendant's going to plead as charged to furnishing false info and there's a kilobrew of time served.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you want to go to the immediate sentencing on this?
I have no objections to immediate sentencing.
I'm just going to administratively close it. All right. All right. So, Ms. Ferdin, is that your understanding to plead to this misdemeanor count of furnishing false information to a police officer? That is a 90-day misdemeanor and/or $100. Do you understand that?
That's correct.
All right. And that would be pursuant to City of Lansing Code 602.03. All right. Do you understand you have some rights in this? You have several rights in this misdemeanor, a 90-day misdemeanor, and I'll walk you through those rights. All right, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you give up trial and you plead guilty, you'll be giving up the following rights: to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent till proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have the witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses against you, to have the court order any witnesses in your defense to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you in trial, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. You also have the right to counsel. You, of course, are represented by Public Defender Aaron Robinson, who would contest any charges, cross-examine any witnesses brought against you by the people of by the City of Lansing. It's my understanding that you wish to waive those rights and plead guilty to this misdemeanor count. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And if your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim that the plea was a result of any promises other than the plea agreement already discussed, and that it was not your choice to plead guilty. It is your choice to plead guilty today, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, if you can. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm going to bring your attention back to February 5th, 2022 at the offense location of Woodbine Street and Pattengill in the city of Lansing. Were you on Woodbine Street and at or near Pattengill in the city of Lansing on February 5th, 2022?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, did you furnish false information to a Lansing Police Department officer, knowing that he was a Lansing Police Department officer?
Yes, I did.
All right. Anything in regards to the factual basis on docket 22-00397, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Anything, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, I find the factual basis to be understanding, voluntarily, and accurately made. I'm going to go right to immediate sentencing in this case. And indicate there's a $75 fee for crime victims' rights. There's a $50 fee for states. There's 25 and 25 for fines and costs, for a total of $175. And then I'm administratively closing this file due to the defendant's current sentence and incarceration. Anything else on the file 22-00397, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Ms. Furden, the file's been administratively closed today, but you will get abstracted for the misdemeanor, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I just have one question.
Sure.
The fines and costs, will that be, do I pay that when I get out?
No, they'll be administratively closed, ma'am, so the file's gonna be closed. So there won't be any outstanding balance, all right?
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, and that's all for the record in docket 22-00397. You're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, did we have another file? Oh, this is the one. This is. Thank you. I was gonna start wondering where.
Me too. Great.
Roy. Look at Roy.
That was good, bro.
What up, dog?
You all right?
Feeling, bro. Cool. I'm at work and shit.
Oh man.
Damn, they got us all in this one.
All right, so
Group chat.
I'm gonna start calling cases as soon as we get some public defenders in here. They're meeting with their clients. So we'll start calling cases in the next probably 5 minutes. All right, so we're on the record in docket. Just gonna find it. On the record in docket 23-00110. That is the city of Lansing versus Edwin Hernandez. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And sir, you are Edwin Hernandez?
Correct.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city moves to dismiss at this time.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, you understand the city is moving to dismiss this case without prejudice, all right? So that means they may reissue on some level, but chances are they won't. And for our purposes today, the case is dismissed. All right, sir? All right.
My insurance.
I think you're all set.
The attorney public defender, Ms. Lauren Sutter, she told me that it's valid, so you're fine.
Okay, you should be all set, Mr. Hernandez. Thank you for your presence. Yep, you're all good. No. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
We're on the record in docket 22-01655, City of Lansing versus Charles Kevin Williams. Will the parties, Charles Kevin Williams Jr., will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Here, Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Williams.
And sir, you are Charles Williams Jr.? All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in this matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for an adjournment for 45 days for compliance purposes.
And that's your understanding, Ms. Robinson?
It is, Your Honor.
So this is the first pretrial of this matter. We'll set it for second pretrial on
April 3rd at 9 a.m.
April 3rd at 9 a.m. So this has been reset for April 3rd at 9 a.m. Anything else for the record in 22-01655? Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Williams, keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Robinson. We've reset this for April 3rd at 9 a.m., okay? All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're all set.
Well, is Mr. Riggins represented? Okay, let's just wait on those. I think those are some fail to appears, but we can do those at the end. Oh, Miss Steenbeck, it says pro per.
Is she here?
Yeah, she's on Zoom.
Oh.
Did you want to,
My microphone
did you want to?
working. I want to talk to her.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Miss Steenbeck, you're pro per today?
What?
You don't have a lawyer today?
No, I do not. I have tried
All
getting a
right.
hold of the attorney office and I have not been able to.
All right, the city attorney, how do you want to trade information to get a number for Miss Steenbeck?
Well,
If she's willing to type it into Zoom, I'm on the Zoom chat right now, I can tell.
yeah.
All right, can you, if you have a contact number for that, Miss, we're having some technical difficulties as far as having you talk with the assistant city attorney in a room. So if you have a contact number she can call you at, if you can type that into chat, we'll be able to relay it. And that'll keep us from saying it out loud in a Zoom courtroom, what your contact number is.
My phone number?
Yeah, your telephone number.
Okay.
So if you put in your number, the assistant city attorney will call you and you can chat about the case.
Okay. I just sent it.
No. All right. Ms. Stenbeck, the assistant assistant city attorney is going to call you in about a second, okay? The assistant city attorney is going to call you in just a second. Ms. Stenbeck, we're gonna put your case on the record in just a minute, okay?
As what?
We're gonna put your case on the record in just a minute and allow you some time to apply to the public defender's office, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Right, just stand by. So we're on the record in docket 22-03315. That's the city of Lansing versus Daniel Basinger. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Basinger, who is joining us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Daniel Basinger, and you'll have to unmute yourself.
Daniel Basinger.
All right, thank you, Mr. Basinger. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, city would like to amend the charge to civil infraction breach of the peace, and my understanding that Mr. Basinger will be accepting responsibility to that.
Okay, so breach of the peace, civil infraction. And what's the fine on his breach, on that breach of the peace, civil infraction? Yeah, it's not, it's not under my vehicle. 150, all right.
It's the default.
All right, and Ms. Sutter, will you be accepting responsibility on behalf of your client for the civil infraction?
I will.
All right. And Mr. Basinger, that's your understanding, we'll be pleading to us, Ms. Sutter will be admitting responsibility on your behalf for
Yes,
the
sir.
civil infraction in the case. All right. So just so we're working from the same document, I have November 21st, 2022, a ticket for littering in the matter. Is that your understanding, Ms. Sutter?
Yes, it is.
All right. And you admit responsibility to the breach of the peace civil infraction?
I do.
All right. So I will set fines and costs, or the fine is $150. Mr. Basinger, do you need some time to make that payment to the city of Lansing?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, would it be possible to set up a schedule for him? He's expressed to me that he probably might need longer than 30 to 45 days.
All right. So we can do it bi-monthly. Mr. Basinger, how much can you pay per month in order to get rid of this $150 debt?
I probably pay like about $50 a month.
All right, so we'll do $50 by April 1st. And then we'll do an additional $50 by May 1st. And then the last quadrant, or the last act of that, will be $50 by June 1st.
Okay.
To the city of Lansing.
All right.
And you can pay that online, or you can just come into the 6th floor, okay?
The 6th floor of City Hall.
Yep, so you can pay it online, or you can come to the 6th floor City Hall Criminal Division, and you can go to the window and make that payment. I've got $50 April 1st, $50 May 1st, and $50 June 1st.
Okay.
All right. Please keep those payments up, because if you don't, we'll show cause you, and then we just get in a cycle of bench warrant again. You want to avoid that, okay?
All right. Yeah, as long as I get the paperwork so I can just pay it.
All right.
I'll send you an email, Mr. Basinger.
All right.
All right. Anything else for the record? Docket 22-03315, Ms. Williams.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor.
All right. That's all for the record. Thank you for your appearance today, Mr. Basinger. You're all set. Then we'll go on the record in
Your Honor, can we do Mr. Hester first? I'm just going to dismiss, so.
On which one?
Miss, Chance Hester?
Sure.
I can leave.
You can leave,
You-
Mr. Bassinger.
Yeah, you can leave, Mr.
Okay.
Bassinger. Mr. Hester. Two, three. 0201. All right, we're on the record in docket 22-02091. That is the City of Lansing versus Chance Aaron Hester. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And sir, you are Chance Aaron Hester? Yes. All right. This is the time set for a pretrial today. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city moves to dismiss at this time.
All right, Mr. Hester, you understand that the city is moving to dismiss without prejudice, means they could reissue if they choose to. Most likely they will not. And so this case is all done today for our purposes. All right, Mr. Hester? Okay. Okay, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today. That's all for the record. Anything else for the record in docket 22-02091?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Williams. Let's call Ms. Stenbeck. That's gonna be.
I understand where our office was. But that's pretty last minute.
All right, Ms. Stenbeck has had more than one, so we're gonna adjourn this. This has been going on for a long time now.
Yes, Your Honor, that's why I'm hesitant to adjourn, but she explained that she would like to.
All right.
Oh.
So we're on the record in docket 22-03107. That is City of Lansing versus Sarah Stenbeck. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Ma'am, you are Sarah Stenbeck?
Beanback, yes.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial. I have at least, December 6th was a request for second pretrial. December 27th was an adjournment. And then February 13th, there was I have a defendant attorney moves to withdraw. So my understanding is you're requesting another adjournment today. Is that correct? Ms. Stenbeck?
Not sure. I don't have a lawyer.
All right. Well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set it for final pretrial. It's gonna be live, all right?
Okay.
Your final pretrial is live, and you're to appear in person. It's incumbent upon you to go to the public defender's office. They've already indicated they won't represent you, my understanding. Or does she have any?
I don't see that she's ever applied with us.
Okay, so you've never applied to the public defender's office.
I tried. I called them on Wednesday and they told me that,
All right.
well, not on Wednesday. I called the week prior. They told me that they weren't available until Thursday. I called on Wednesday and they said that they couldn't do anything for me.
All right, what I would say now that you should call now. We're gonna set it out. And if you call a week prior expecting them to come and represent you for trial, I think you're gonna be sadly mistaken on some level. So you should call as soon as possible, because whatever happens at the final pretrial, we're gonna set it for jury trial on that date. Do you understand?
And I have to show up there?
Yeah, you have to show up on the 6th floor.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna adjourn for final pretrial for 30 days. Yeah. So it's set for March 27th at 8:30.
Okay.
So Ms. Steinbeck, show up in person. Please apply to the public defender's office. You have the number. You should have a lawyer on that date, okay?
at 8:30 a.m. Be there.
8:30, March 27th, yes.
Okay, thank you.
If you show up without a lawyer, we're just gonna set it for jury trial, okay?
Okay.
All right. Anything else for the record in docket 2203-107, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Ms. Stenbeck, you're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
All right. So we're on the record in docket 23-00075. That is City of Lansing versus Roy Fambro. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Fambro.
And sir, you are Roy Fambro?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is the time set for initial pretrial. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
My understanding is, Your Honor, that we will be asking for adjournment.
Okay. And is that your understanding, Ms. Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that there's been some issues with Mr. Fambro's Zoom, so I would just ask for a second pretrial with him coming in person.
Okay. So we're gonna set this for second pretrial, and that'll be a live pretrial since we're having some Zoom problems. So no Zoom live pretrial on March 13th at 9 a.m. So Mr. Fambro, you're to be in court on March 15th at 9 a.m.
March
do you have that
15th?
date, sir? March
Yes, sir.
15th at 9 a.m.
No
Oh,
problem.
I'm sorry. March 13th.
Okay.
March 13th at 9 a.m. So that would be Monday, March 13th at 9 a.m.
No problem.
Anything else for the record, docket 23-00075, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. You're all set, Mr. Fambro. We'll see you on the 13th.
Thank you.
How about Ms. Ms. Redfield, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, how about that? I have the city attorney here, and if we put her on an iPad, we'll put you in a breakout room with her so you can discuss the case. It's my understanding you're not represented by counsel today. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So I'm gonna put Amani. All right, Ms. Redfield, stand by and I'll put our city attorney into a breakout room with you. And we'll move you both into a breakout room, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Sir, on the iPhone, would you identify yourself? Yeah. What's your name?
Skipwith.
Okay, Dicecil Skipwith. All right, thank you, sir. We'll call a couple of cases in front of you. Have you had the opportunity to speak with your defense lawyer in the case?
Yes, but they gave me a call and I haven't heard back from them.
All right. Stand by. Mr. Vanderbilt?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a case in front of us still?
I should have. I was just assigned to you for at 11 o'clock.
We don't have you for any 11 o'clock.
Well, then it might be a magistrate. I don't know.
Oh.
It had your name for an 11 o'clock show cause.
Let me check.
I can give the case number.
All right, what's the case number?
It will be case number 22L 2754012.
All right, stand by and let me check on that.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, it's okay, bud.
All right, Mr. Vanderbilt, that's been removed from the docket and it's just been put in collections. So just meet with collections as soon as you can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're on the record in docket 22L2769342 and 341. That's the city of Lansing versus Kayla Redfield. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And ma'am, you are Kayla Redfield?
Correct.
And you can hear me all right, Miss Redfield?
Yes, I can.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in this matter. Miss Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city moves to dismiss at this time.
All right, Ms. Redfield, you heard the city is going to dismiss both tickets in this matter. They're dismissed without prejudice, which means that they could be reissued, but they probably won't. And for our purposes, the cases are dismissed today. All right, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Anything else on the Redfield files 4-2 or 4-1, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Oh, yeah, I was checking.
That actually doesn't make a lot of sense.
My Spanish, my college Spanish is paying off.
This is, I used to be a lot better. My mother's.
I lived in Spain for a while.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My mom
traveled
did for a long time.
I did travel a lot. Spain was so much. I actually wanted to move to Spain. My dad was like, nope.
That's fair.
So de Cublis,
De Jueves.
de Cuelvis,
H is silent though. It's first and my last name.
are
There it goes. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
I like it. It's raining hard out there.
So we're on the record in docket 23-00250. That's the City of Lansing versus Marcel Reed. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Your Honor, Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Reed.
And sir, you are Marcel Reed, and you'll have to unmute yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I'd like to request an adjournment for 30 days.
Actually, can it be 60 days?
Okay.
He hasn't had a license before, so he's
Oh,
gotta
okay, yeah,
get set
that's
up.
fine.
That's why I want the extra time.
I have no objections, Your Honor.
All right, on Reed. So there has not been a request for in the past for this. This is the first pretrial. I have no objection to a 60-day adjournment. Your indication is this is for compliance purposes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so we'll get a new date 60 days out for Mr. Reed.
April 24th at 9.
April 24th at 9 a.m. April 24th at 9 a.m. All right, Mr. Reed, we've set this out to April 24th at 9 a.m. for compliance purposes. All right, that should give you close to 2 months to do whatever you need to do. Please keep in contact with your attorney, Aaron Robinson. All right.
All right.
All right. Anything else for the record docket 23-00250, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Anything, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, that's all for the record on that, on those two files. That's a file and accompanying ticket. And then we'll go on the record in docket 22-3493. That is City of Lansing versus the Cecil Skipwith. So Mr. Skipwith, yep, and you should unmute yourself.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Am I able to leave now?
You are, Mr. Reed. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Skipwith, All right, we'll call your cases. Dockets 22-03493 and the accompanying tickets. Appearances for the record.
Assistant City Attorney Amani Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Skipwith.
And sir, you are deceased Skipwith, and you'll have to unmute yourself. I think it's *6 on the phone.
If you click the screen, it's the little left, the microphone in the left, bottom left.
Yeah, there it's the microphone on the left in a Zoom screen, or *6 on a cell phone. There we go.
All right.
All right. You are deceased Skipwith, sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city will move to dismiss the civil infraction, no proof of insurance, and will ask for an adjournment for 45 days on the remaining matters for compliance purposes.
All right, and then we have, so we'll set for final pretrial. And that should give us an extra time for two.
Or I think just second pretrial. This is the first pretrial.
It is the first pretrial, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You're right, yeah. So let's ask for second pretrial. And how many days did you?
45 days.
Okay. So we'll set it for 6 weeks out after the dismissal of the no proof. So second pretrial date is set for April 3rd at 9. All right, so Mr. Skipwith, your next date is April 3rd at 9 a.m. In order for you to do whatever you need to do, please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Robinson, if you have any questions, all right?
All right.
All right. Anything else for the record in docket 22-03493, Ms. Williams?
Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Ms. Robinson, you're all set?
I'm all set, thank you.
All right. Mr. Skipwith, you're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
Yeah, the no proof was dismissed. I think they're all in there. Just in case. Sir, on the iPhone, would you please identify yourself?
Yes, this is Antonio Marvell Grady Jones. I'm sorry that I was late to my court appearance. I was given the wrong Zoom information, so I had to call the court.
What's your name, sir?
Antonio Marvell Grady Jones.
Grady Jones.
Grady Jones, he's at 11 Foxtrot.
Oh, you're all right then. All right. I don't have him on mine. Oh, I do. All right, Mr. Jones, let's go ahead and arraign you on your show cause here. Here we go. All right. So is it 201? All right. All right. All right, stand by and we're going to call your case in just a second. All right, Mr. Jones?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Jones, let's go ahead and call your case. So we're on the record in docket 20L2580221. This is a show cause for the failure to pay the remaining balance on a ticket. And I've got an outstanding balance of $201. Sir, will you be able to set up a plan to pay off that $200 debt over the course of some time?
Yes, I would have been able to actually pay off of that debt hadn't I was took off a tether, a GPS tether. I wasn't able to work and I wasn't able to donate plasma. That is my
All right.
resources of the money.
Let's set up a plan, a monthly plan, and that'll avoid any show cause or bench warrants situation. So let's. Are you able to pay $50 by April 1st?
Yes, I am.
All right. So by April 1st, we'll do $50. We'll do another $50 on May 1st. Another $50 on June 1st. And then a remaining $51 on July 1st.
Okay.
And that'll clear up the debt. So if you make I've written it for the Register of Actions. If you pay $50 on April 1st, May 1st, June 1st, and $51 on July 1st, then you'll clear up any debt to the city of Lansing, and you can make that on the 6th floor, or you can do that by online. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm dismissing any show cause warrant for your appearance today. You should be all set. Just make sure you make that first payment by April 1st. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. You're all set, Mr. Grady Jones. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom.
All right. Work.
in docket 22-02902, City of Lansing versus Ashley Franks. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Annie Williams, Assistant City Attorney appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Ms. Franks. I do not believe she is present.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, my records show that this is the first time that Ms. Franks has failed to appear, so I will be asking for a bench warrant bond forfeiture with a 48-hour.
I will indicate that this was initially scheduled for 9 o'clock. It's now 11:38. And so any objection to the bench warrant and bond forfeiture with a 48-hour hold being issued?
No objection.
All right. So we checked the Zoom courtroom and the physical courtroom. I've not seen Ms. Franks today. So I'll issue a bench warrant and bond forfeiture with a 48-hour hold.
Thank you.
Anything else for the record in 22-02902, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah, no, just for hearings.
Yeah, no.
How about Mr. Hughes, the Hughes?
Huelves.
De Huelves. Are we ready on that? All right.
Yes. Hello.
All right. So we're on the record in docket 23-00161. That's City of Lansing versus Ramon de Huelves. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Assistant City Attorney Amanda Williams appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. DeWelbes for today's hearing. He joins us via Zoom.
And this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Williams, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for an adjournment for 60 days for compliance purposes. That's right, Your Honor.
This is the first request. All right, we'll set it for second pretrial on this first request. And the second pretrial is set for
April 24th at 9.
April 24th at 9 a.m.
And just to make sure, Your Honor, the civil infraction files are going along with that.
Yes.
Thank you.
April 24th. 9 a.m. All right, sir, your case is going to be adjourned to April 24th at 9 a.m. for compliance purposes. If you have any questions, please keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter, in regard to this, but we'll see you again on April 24th at 9 a.m., all right?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. anything else on the record in docket 23-00161, Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Sutter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
I think we're all set on that file. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
And then let's do our own bench warrants. No, that's a 1:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have Friesen and Ramirez. 11 o'clock.
Oh, the show poses.
Yeah. On the second page. But they weren't. You don't have them in your document?
No, I printed this.
Let you know.
I'll send, yeah, I'll send the weekend.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yep.
That makes it easy. I'll just give it to you.
I doubt I sent you that.
I mean, sometimes it could slip through our clicks, but like not twice for that period of time.
They're on my docket. They're just not on yours.
I know, and I printed mine this morning, so I'm wondering if they paid.
Everyone.
Miss Williams, have a good week.
Thank you.
Certainly start off with a bang.
Well, I like my Wednesdays. What should I say?
That's true. Well, it's Zoom technology on Mondays. What do you expect? Are you here at 1:30 with us?
No.
I don't think, oh, that's a show cause at 1:30. You're good. All right.
I thought I had something that I didn't know about.
You're all set. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's for dogs.
I'm just very upset that it had continued, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
You know, I think Alex.
And so he called me and cursed me out. Oh, I know. He called me and cursed me out in like 4 different voicemail messages. Because he's like, you haven't called me back. And I'm like, okay, well. You know, you only first called me on Friday, so you need to chill.
People like, it's been 4 days. Well, according to business hours, it's been 12 minutes. So I'm gonna need you to try.
They should have been.
And so, because they were closed.
That's all right. It's better to have them not on the docket. Or the,
Right? Guaranteed way to get a sugar and
like, you know
spice for
what?
me.
I was gonna call you back and then tell you my email address so that you could email me that stuff.